This is something we call, Ron, Idiot of the Week. But today we have a question. Who's the idiot? Who is the idiot here? Guy bought $140,000 Porsche with a check from Home Computer. This guy made a cashier's check that was actually $139,203.05. Went and got a Porsche with it and drove off with the Porsche. Not only that, but earlier that day, he used another phony check that he printed with his computer to buy a watch at a jewelry store for $61,521. The question is this guy the idiot or the people in Florida that let him buy it with phony checks?
It's always fucking Florida, man.
It's fucking Florida!
You know, I have a theory about Florida, actually, and I stand by this. I don't know if any of you guys are from there, but I actually think that there is a chance that Florida is actually no different than any other state. Florida just happens to be where all the best journalists live.
Well, actually, there's something real to that. Florida actually changed a law where they put all their police reports as a matter of public record, actually releasing them a little sooner. So that's actually, you are right on that.
Really? See, I
yes.
For years, I've had this theory, but I really do have the theory that in newsrooms all across the country, they're just like, somebody might be having sex with an alligator, but let's just see what's going on Twitter. And then in Florida, in the newsrooms, they're like, somebody is fucking an alligator and the world needs to know. It's the team. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it.
And by the way, Stacy votes it's the dealership for not verifying the cashier's check. I would also say the place that sold him the 3 Rolex watches for $61,000.
Right.
Like, how are you not looking at the back for the watermarks? Like, you're not looking for anything?
No.
I don't know anything about this guy, so, he might be a not great dude, but, when you initially hear stories like this, I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of rooting for him a little bit. Just like not knowing anything about him and just being like, oh, this dude made some fake checks and then bought these cool things. Good for him. Good for him.
Right. And I absolutely agree with Stacy. I think it's the dealership because you figure, in some places they're calling the cops for an alleged $20 counterfeit bill, but someone can walk into a dealership with a homemade check and get a car, and get the expensive car. So I have to admit, it certainly is the dealership, and in a weird kind of way, maybe so that he can get away with it. I think that, as much as I definitely feel you on that, Ron, that maybe he's the guy that we should be rooting for.
I don't know. I think it shows something inherently bad in our system where we trust people that seem to have a lot of money.
That's
a good point.
Really
why would a rich guy lie? Why would a rich guy lie about his wealth?
Do we know he was rich?
No, he wasn't, but I think that's just the assumption.
Rich. Okay, I got you.
But if he's holding a check for that amount of money, then I guess that obviously it's easy to assume that he's, that the check is
right. He was playing a rich guy. We don't know if he actually was or not. No, I see what you're saying.
Well, I also think so. I had a friend, and he had this theory called "no one's stupid enough to do that." And this is how he used to do beer runs. He would come into the store, he'd grab cases of beer, and then he'd just start walking to the exit, saying hi to everybody working there. Hey, how's it going? How's your day? Cool. And then he'd walk out the door. And they would nobody would see him do it. And he's like, well, no one's stupid enough to say hi to everybody while you're stealing beer. So they don't think I'm stealing beer.
So how many times did he pull that off? How much beer did this guy steal?
So he did it 20 times. I would laugh the whole time because I was actually a bag boy at the store. Fucking A. I know, I'm not great. About 20 times until the cops had him in the front, Wow. Did you steal that beer? And he goes, no, I bought it. Where's your receipt? I don't keep receipts. I throw them away right away. I don't want to keep that in my pocket. And the cops are like, oh, we don't know if he stole it or not. He goes, well, why don't you just take the beer back? I don't care. And he's like, wait a minute. If you didn't steal it, why did you take it back? Okay.
He fessed up. He was an inch away from getting away with it.
Well, he was one of those guys that that's how he did things. He did things to a point, and then at the very end, he's like, oh, I messed up. An anti-Ricky. If you're a Trailer Park Boys fan, an anti-Ricky. Just not good at the
Alright.
last moment. That's a Canadian show for anyone who hasn't seen it. So, yeah, fun stuff.